You know, I never meant to end up in the Philippines. I swear my plan was Thailand. It had everything I thought I wanted: pristine beaches, legendary street food, and what seemed like an endless supply of Instagram-worthy moments. But somehow my flight landed me in Manila, and from that very first moment, I knew this trip was not going to be ordinary. The cab driver greeted me with a smile that felt suspiciously warm for someone who'd clearly been stuck in insane traffic for 12 hours. My first thought was, Filipinos are either the nicest people on earth, or they're master manipulators who use kindness as their weapon. To be honest, I still haven't figured it out. My hotel was in Makati, this bustling business hub where every corner offers either a Starbucks or a street vendor selling something unidentifiable but surprisingly delicious. And that, I think, is what first won me over. Thailand, for all its charm, can't compete with a place where a guy on a motorcycle hands you a bag of fried chicken while honking his horn like he's announcing the arrival of royalty. I mean, in Thailand, you get polite service. In the Philippines, you get service with a personality and a side of unsolicited free advice. One guy even told me, "Don't sit there. It's cursed." I asked why, and he just shrugged. "Just don't sit there." "You're welcome." The next morning, I tried to find a proper tourist spot, maybe a museum to feel a little cultured. Instead, I stumbled into Intramuros, the old walled city. I was immediately approached by a local tour guide who spoke perfect English but punctuated every sentence with po and opo. At first, I thought it was some kind of spell, but I later learned it was just Filipino politeness. I just nodded enthusiastically, having no idea what he was saying, but he seemed happy, so I figured I was doing it right. This guide, let's call him Mangwon, offered me a side trip to a hidden beach that no tourist knows about. Now, in Thailand, if a guide said that, I'd be skeptical. But here, it sounded like an adventure, maybe even a little dangerous, which I have to admit I secretly love. We rode a tricycle that felt like it had been designed by someone who wanted me to hold on for dear life. I swear the seat was smaller than a pizza box, yet somehow Meng Huan managed to balance 3 tourists and a dog on the back. Yes, a dog. And that dog sat there like absolute royalty, its tail wagging, probably judging my life choices. As we bounced over potholes that looked like they were from the Spanish colonial era, I realized the Philippines has a sense of humor built right into its infrastructure. Thailand's roads are nice, smooth, polite, and deadly in a predictable way. The Philippines? Its roads challenge your survival instincts and reward you with laughter. When we finally reached the hidden beach, I was sweating. My hair looked like a mop, and the dog had taken a nap on my lap. And then I saw it. A stretch of sand so white it was blinding, with water so turquoise it looked photoshopped, and not a single other tourist in sight. I mean, how is that even legal? I asked Meng Juan how this could exist while everyone in Thailand is fighting for a patch of sand at Maya Bay. He just smiled and said, "Po, it's the secret of the Philippines. You just have to know the right people or the right dog." I couldn't argue with that. Lunch was another revelation. Street food in Manila had already prepared me for the unexpected. Fried bananas, sweet rice cakes, and something called taho, which is silken tofu with syrup. In Thailand, they hand you a menu. In the Philippines, they hand you life lessons with a side of syrup. I bought some street food, and the vendor, a tita, which apparently means auntie, insisted I take 3 extra portions home for my safety. I didn't ask questions. In Thailand, no one gives you 3 extra portions. They give you a polite nod and a bill. Here, people give you snacks, advice, and sometimes small animals they found on the way. Later, I decided to brave Manila's infamous traffic. Seeing it firsthand was like watching a slow-motion disaster movie on a loop. Cars honking, jeepneys zigzagging like they were playing tag, motorcycles doing ballet between lanes. It was pure chaos, but somehow it worked. I saw a lady balancing a huge basket of vegetables on her head while texting. Thailand has its tuk-tuks, but Filipinos ride motorcycles carrying what looks like an entire farmer's market and a karaoke machine. I was impressed and slightly terrified. At a local market, I was immediately bombarded with a chorus of voices. Miss, miss, buy this, buy that. Take picture. No money? Okay, free. In Thailand, the vendors are polite and give you space. In the Philippines, they are relentless but charming, like sharks that also bake cookies. I left with a bag of wooden spoons, a miniature jeepney, a coconut hat I could never wear in public, and the feeling that I'd just made 15 new friends whose names I couldn't remember. Later, at Rizal Park, I noticed something. Laughter was everywhere. Not just mine, though I was cracking up at a man trying to sell ice cream with one hand while fending off pigeons with the other. But the laughter of families, kids playing, couples sharing small moments. Thailand has beauty, sure, but the Philippines has chaos wrapped in warmth. It's messy, unpredictable, and so incredibly inviting. Then came the night market. The smell of grilled squid mixed with roasted corn and fried chicken skins. A man handed me a stick of something called isa, chicken intestines. In Thailand, I would have politely declined. Here, I took it, smiled, and cheered because I didn't want to offend him. It was surprisingly tasty. The market had everything from halo halo, a shaved ice dessert, to balut, the fertilized duck egg. Thailand does not offer balut. I can't even begin to explain the mixture of fear, courage, and curiosity that creates in a tourist's stomach. The next day, I took a bus to see Tao Volcano. On the ride, I watched in awe as a man balanced his child on his lap, sipped coffee, and passionately argued with the driver about directions, all without spilling a drop. Filipinos multitask like superheroes. At Tao, the view was spectacular. But what really stole my heart was joining a local family for lunch. They offered me pancit, fried tilapia, and 3 desserts I'd never heard of, insisting I eat everything. Thailand has etiquette. The Philippines has love expressed through food. I even tried surfing in La Union. My instructor, who called me Miss Adventure, cheered like I'd won an Olympic medal when I finally caught a tiny wave. In Thailand, someone would have politely clapped. Here, they practically throw a party. Why did I, a person who meticulously planned a trip to Thailand, end up loving the Philippines so much? It wasn't just the beaches or the food. It was the people. Thai hospitality is famous, yes, but Filipino hospitality is a full contact sport. It's laughter, generosity, and a chaotic spirit all rolled into one. As a local friend I met told me, tourists come here for our charming chaos, and sometimes they find love. He wasn't wrong. I didn't plan on meeting anyone, but there he was, a local guy, laughing at my attempts to bargain in Tagalog, insisting I try every snack in sight. He had that effortless Filipino charm. By the end of the trip, I realized I'd stayed longer not just for the beaches or the food, but for him. Don't get me wrong, Thailand is amazing. It's beautiful, calm, and Instagram perfect, but the Philippines, it sneaks into your heart while you're busy eating balut or arguing with a tricycle driver. It's alive, messy, hilarious, and unforgettable. It gives you stories worth telling forever. And that's why some tourists like me choose the Philippines over Thailand. Not because it's better, but because it's unexpected, ridiculous, and heartwarming. You never know what or who you might find. As I boarded my flight home, I promised myself I'd be back. Thailand will always be there, polite and perfect. But the Philippines? The Philippines will always be the place that steals your heart in the funniest, messiest, most unforgettable way possible. Thanks for watching, and if you've ever had an unexpected travel adventure, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.